Welcome to the very first episode of the KVN Show. I'm your host, Kyle Van Noy, two-time Super Bowl champ, one-time Pro Bowler, 12 years gonna be in the league. I'm excited to be your host. I'm about to bring you the juice. I'm about to give you my analysis after games. I'm gonna just talk freely, honestly, and give you the real. I've always done that through my career to the media, and I'm gonna continue to do that now while I'm still playing and after I'm playing. I'm going to hit you with facts. I'm going to hit you with the good time, and I'm going to bring the energy that everybody always loves and needs. So we're going to first go over of why I wanted to continue to do this is because I enjoy doing this broadcasting stuff. I enjoy hanging with the fans. I like to be the man of the people. I like to have you come in my world, see a little bit, and enjoy the good feels, enjoy just interacting with you guys, and enjoy just high-level content of football on the field, off the field, and then just have good vibes. I'm excited to extend this opportunity beyond when I'm done. I think this is going to be something I'm going to be doing down the road when I'm done playing football, but I'm excited to do it now. I did it last year with Gerald McCoy, and I'm decided just to do it on my own. Keep it short, keep it sweet, and keep it moving. But yeah, welcome to the very first episode of the KVN Show. I'm excited. I'm a husband, a father, and now own my own TV show. But this show is going to just talk to you again about the football stories, day in the life, locker room, different things that you normally don't see on other stuff. And we're just going to keep it unique. You know, I don't want to be a podcaster that's going to do the same thing over and over, but I'm going to keep it unique. I'm going to keep it fun, lighthearted, and sarcasm. I'm very sarcastic. You will find out that very quickly. So you will find out right now that Lamar Jackson was in a wheelchair. No, I'm just kidding. He's going to be all right for the first game. I promise you he's going to be good. I'm excited to see him out with the Buffalo Bills, but that's what I'm talking about. Everybody that overhyped Lamar Jackson's foot injury, they got their clicks, they got their clout, and then Lamar put this little laughing face just to be like, you guys are tripping. And you guys are tripping, you know, but we're glad his prayers were answered. I know Harbaugh said his prayers were answered, so I think all of us were for a split second. But let's just dive in to the first segment. We're going to go into camp confidentials. What was the funniest or weirdest thing that happened at camp this year? I would just say there's this new wave with the Gen Z of saying pause or whoa, and you got to really like watch what you say because some people be saying some wild stuff. So something that was funny was anytime the coach, our position coach, said anything crazy or you know, that was like pause or whoa, you know, you would get marked on the board. And one day he had like 12 in the first 5 minutes. He set a world record, and we were all just cracking up. But those are the things that really are awesome about camp. It just shows that camaraderie, and you know, it made me watch what I say. You know, I don't want to be this guy that's out of touch with the younger generation, so I started to be like, whoa, you know, I don't go as crazy as the young guys do. They'll do it to the head coach. They'll do it to whoever, which I respect. They keep it consistent. But, you know, for me, it is pretty wild what some people say. You definitely got to watch what you say. But to me, that was something that was really fun and funny in this camp. Which teammate really surprised during this camp? I mean, I want to say this is probably, I can go on record and say this, that this was probably the best rookie class that I've ever been a part of or seen play preseason, practice. I was just really impressed with all of them. They really showed a bunch of tenacity, grit, and they had a love for football. I was just really impressed by the way they just handled business and were just hyped to play football and learn. A lot of these young players wanted to learn. I think of Higgins. I think of Rucker. I think of my favorite player who I got to tell him about 2 weeks ago in the middle of camp, Martin, the DB, the rookie DB. I think he's out of Lafayette, I think, or something. I don't know. Yeah, Louisiana Lafayette. know your teammates. I know mine. I got to tell him he was my favorite teammate. I always tell one player that's not the star player every year who's my favorite player, who's a dog, who does the right thing, shows up, shows out, gets overlooked, but just comes, plays football. Um, Washington, the last 2 years, I always told him every day. I still tell him he's still my favorite player. But this year was Keon Martin, excuse me, was definitely my favorite player. It started during the Colts practices. He showed a lot of signs before, but during that practice, he was strapping. K-Ham's looking at me like, you need to watch this dude. I'm like, I am. He's a dog. And it was just cool to watch him mature and then continue to get better each and every week. And then in the final preseason game, I feel like he solidified himself with the pick six exclamation. The Cowboys week, he had the blitz safety, just showed out all camp. And I'm very impressed by the way he's handled, the way he's worked. He's been my, I guess, MVP of the camp. It's been really impressive. Other people that showed up to me that weren't necessarily like big names or guys that showed up to me just in general were Jay Higgins, inside linebacker from Iowa. He showed up, and then Keandre Jackson, 39 safety, when he got his reps after Rue, after Sanu's. He did his thing. I really was impressed. And then another person I have to shout out was CJ Oki. I hate that if I said that. I just call him Big CJ. So Big CJ, let's just say that. Let's not butcher his name anymore. He's a beast. I think when something that was really cool that we got to do was before the first preseason games, the older guys were let go. They didn't have to go to meetings, but a couple of the older guys, myself, John Jenkins, I think Broderick Washington, were in the meeting and with the young guys and got to hear all the young guys kind of basically say their goals of what they want, what they're looking forward to. And CJ said something that was impressive to me. He was like, Coach, this is my third preseason game and just get better. And I'm just in my head, I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, I have no expectations for this dude. I am just so impressed that he is so knowledgeable. He's a sponge of just soaking up that knowledge of football and learning fast. And he's looking like a dude. He's a big unit out there playing nose guard and not getting moved and making plays and showing up. And he showed up all preseason. I was so impressed by Big CJ and just his ability to learn so much at a fast clip and make plays and, have a chance at being on the squad. And I was just really impressed to hear out of his mouth that he's only played 3 preseason games his whole life at the NFL level. I mean, that is just wild when you think about that. And then I definitely have to, on the offensive side of the ball, who jumped out at me were the two rooks, LeJontay Wester, hot damn, who had a a punt return to the crib in the first one against the Colts, and then showed some receiver skills throughout the rest of the preseason. I really enjoyed him and his kind of swag and attitude that he brought to the team. Just impressed by all the rookies and just grateful that camp is over and the stories will continue to increase for the season. Excited to see what rookies get better. Oh, I can't forget Michael Green. Michael Green, everyone calls him Mike, but I call him Michael. He's Michael until he makes a couple plays when it really matters. But very impressed with Michael Green. Has a very bright future. I'm excited to be his teammate and just see where he goes with time. I mean, the tape speaks for itself, and he's going to be a big impact player for us this season. I'm excited about him. So that's kind of my camp, stuff. Couple things I enjoyed during camp this year was Marlon wearing a VR set to the last preseason game. He was building a car. That was crazy that he was going to a preseason game wearing those like goggles, looking like a weirdo, like turned around looking at me while he's building a car. I thought that was pretty crazy. Just some of the stories that we were able to have at a dinner on one night. It was awesome listening to different guys like John Jenkins, Brent Urban, Tyler Linderbaum, and just Mark Andrews, just Andrew Voorhees. Just kind of, it's cool to just, you don't see the offensive side of the ball that much, as well as when you do, it's usually you're pissed off because you're battling each other each and every day. But just hearing the stories with those guys during a dinner was super fun. Other things that happened, the ping pong games. Teddy Buchanan, but I call him Teddy Boucher, like Bobby Boucher and Waterboy. He's Teddy Boucher. Him and Cheeto, the corner, they were getting pretty revved up in ping pong. I stayed away. I more shoot on the basketball hoops. Me and Beaks kind of play horse all the time, or excuse me, pig. So that's fun. And then, just hanging out with the guys, getting to know D Hop a little bit better. Shout out to D Hop. He's getting into the Clemson Hall of Fame this year, so it was cool to chat with him about that, and just hanging out with Lamar Jackson, who him and D-Hen, they're superstars, but they hang out with everybody. That doesn't happen in every locker room. Sometimes people are too cool that are on that level, and those guys are just down to earth, hang out with the fellas. And that's why our team is close, in my opinion, because those guys set the tone of hanging out with everybody and being intentional with that, and just grateful to be in a locker room full of guys that all like each other and want to go in a battle together. And then, yeah, I mean, we can go over the next segment, but this is kind of just a kickoff of the KVN show. Let's just do a rundown of what that's going to look like after games. I'm going to go straight to this computer. I'm going to check in. We're going to go over highlights of the game. We're going to give you my thoughts of the game. We're going to have fun. If there's a fun play in there, we're going to go over that. We're going to put it up on the screen, walk through it together, then just talk shop. Then we're going to talk about the inside the NFL drama. I don't know, other games, what other people got going on, big plays. And then we're going to do a fast 2 minutes with answering questions from fans, going over. We're going to go rapid questions and just rapid, different, unique stuff in 2 minutes. It's going to be fun. We're going to just keep this show light-hearted, fun, unique, and just do a little bit different than what other people are doing, and just enjoy it. Enjoy hanging out with you guys, enjoy giving my 2 cents on it. And with that being said, let's do a 2-minute rapid drill question to finish off this segment. Here we go. Favorite camp snack. This year it's changed. Normally it's been the sunflower seeds, but we switched it to the pistachios. I really like the roasted honey pistachios. It's an orange bag, very good. Shout out to the pistachios. Their marketing's going crazy right now. The most annoying drill at camp, that's got to be probably 9-on-7 to me, because you're just ramming each other. It's run, and you just got to buckle that chin strap up and just get after it. Best prank you've ever seen in camp? I wouldn't say a prank, but we in previous employment in New England, we used to have teams of teams where everybody had teams from special teams, defense, and offense on the same team. And you got paired with that group from OTAs all the way through camp, and they kept scores and different things. And you got to win different things like no curfew, dinner alone, limo ride, just different things like that. And the best prank I have seen was when we had to do skits, and a lot of the skits had to do with Bill and Robert Kraft and different things like that, and they turned out to be really funny. We won't go all the way, but they were really good. Your mind and your imagination can go. Who's winning Madden in the Ravens locker room right now? I don't know that one. I'm not big into video games right now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like our team's more into this, like, it's almost the Nintendo Wii Golf. I think Nick Moore is pretty good at that. It's like but he can, because he's got time. They don't have meetings all day like us. One player in the league you love to sack this year, that's going to be Joe Burrow. Haven't got him yet. Hit him multiple times. Got to get Joe B this year. One thing Ravens fans should be hyped for week 1. We're ready. Enough said. I don't think we need to go into that much more, but we're ready. Who talks the most trash on the Ravens? Got to be Roquan Smith. You can hear him a mile away, but I appreciate it because it's consistent. It's every single day. I always respect people that can do it every single day. He does it and he backs it up. If you weren't playing football, what job would you have right now? That's a good question. I don't know. Let's just say podcaster. Why not? TV show host, something like that. Who's the funniest teammate in the locker room? I'm going to do this. I'm going to say a couple. I'm going to change this because Tyler Linderbaum, I think he's funny, but I also think he's fun to make fun of. It's pretty easy. I mean, if you just watch him and just talk to him for 2 seconds, you can just see how easy it is to make fun. But he's funny too, so you got to watch out. Another guy that's sleepy funny because he's sarcastic is Kyle Hamilton. It's something with the name Kyle, and you got to go with somebody like him because he is funny. A couple other people. LJ's really funny, and D Hen. D Hen is sneaky funny. You just gotta listen. He be kind of just talking a little under his breath, and you just got to be ready because he be making people laugh. So that's the end of the show. We jumped in and we're jumping off. We appreciate you. We're gonna see you after week 1 in Buffalo on Sunday night. What are you going to do? Hopefully, we'll be on the smiling side of things, and we can't wait to tune in after. Shout out to you guys. Leave comments, likes, all of those things, questions, whatever you want after week 1. Here we go. The season is about to go down.